Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Podcast. This is the midweek reflection edition. Today is January the 29th, 2020, and today we're going to talk about struggles, so stay tuned. Let's face it, everyone has struggles. Mine may be different than yours may be bigger than mine. Regardless, to each his own, we have our own struggles, and for us, they're difficult. Sometimes they take up too much time, sometimes they distract us from what we were actually trying to accomplish. But regardless of what struggle comes in our life, the question always is, how are we going to handle it? How are we going to get through this? How are we going to press? How are we going to make it? Are we going to just sit back and let it occur? Are we not going to fight to get through the problem? Was it self-inflicted? Did we cause it, or was it caused by outer circumstances? Regardless, we have to have something to stand on. We have to have something to refer to help us get through the struggle. So 2 Corinthians 4:16 through 18 says, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, and what is unseen is eternal. So we have to really keep our focus on what's important. Priority is so important in your life, and when a struggle comes, if you have your priorities in order, you actually understand what the most important items on your list are, then you can place that struggle somewhere in there. But what some people do is they allow a struggle to become top priority. In some cases it may be, depending on how serious or how much of an emergency that struggle is. But most of the time, that struggle doesn't have to be first. It can be put somewhere down that list and still be handled effectively. So, as the scripture says, we're outwardly wasting away, but we're being renewed day by day inwardly. Our light is momentary. Our troubles are just a glimpse. They're a flash. They're really not as bad as we think. But how we handle it or how we look at it will determine how we react to it. And our reaction can either make it worse or make it better. We're trying to achieve what God has given us the opportunity to achieve. But if we put too much weight on a struggle and make it a priority when it shouldn't be, and we forget about our family, we forget about our job, we forget about the things that are really important, we forget about God. We don't put Him first. We don't get up and pray, even though the struggle is there, even though it's speaking to us. We don't have to take it as a priority and make it the highest, have the highest emphasis in our lives. We can choose to put it in another position and make sure we keep going, we keep pressing, we keep looking or pressing towards the mark. If we don't do that, then it'll take over and it'll become the main issue in our life, the main problem, the main goal that we're trying to fix. And only in a few cases, especially emergencies, would that be the case. So let's make sure we try to take and put in perspective the struggle that we have. Where does it really sit on your agenda? Where does it really sit in your priority list? We want to fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, because that is eternal. What is seen is temporary. And if we focus on the temporary, when it's gone, we'll feel lost. So we don't want that. We want to really be able to have an eternal mindset where we know where we're going to go and what we're going to do after we leave this earth. So while we're here, we're supposed to be effective and we're supposed to be helpful and beneficial. So let's make sure our priorities are straight. So if we did leave this earth, when we did, we had something to fall back on, and people will say that he really cared, he really loved me, he really spent time, he really worked on the most important priorities as opposed to the struggle that he was facing. And we all, like I said, we all face struggles. There's a guarantee that you will have some struggles each and every opportunity that the enemy has to put a struggle on you, or you will cause it yourself by your own decisions. Regardless of that, how we react is going to determine our outcome. We can act like it's the most important thing, or we can put it somewhere else in the priority list and make sure we keep God first, keep your family second, keep the people that's close to you that you love, keep them keep the value of them in their perspective place. Don't put them way down on the totem pole and let the struggle become your top priority. If you do that, people will notice that, and they'll see that you're really not as strong as you seem, because every time a struggle comes, your focus is totally on the struggle as opposed to what you said your priorities were. I hope you got something out of this today. Be blessed, grace, and peace.